Hey there, this is Buzz, and welcome back to my Supreme OneChunk Ironman series, episode 11. It's been a hot minute since last episode, so let's recap. This is Falador. He was born here in August of 2021. He was conceived as a hardcore Ironman, and therefore could not even trade his mother for milk. He was left for dead. But even worse, he was conceived as a Supreme OneChunk Ironman, and could not leave that confounded map square until he had bested everything it had to offer. In April of 2024, he finally escaped from the chains of Western Falador, only to be flung into the helpless pit of despair that is Eastern Falador. This new chunk offers plenty of new tasks, but they were all of them deceived. For another task was made. In the land of Eastern Falador, in the paths of Falador Park, the chunk picker forged in secret a master task to outdo all others. And into this task it poured its cruelty, its malice, and its will to crush all willpower. One task to rule them all. Some speculated the Supreme Chunk Man of Falador would fall to the power of the task. But there was one who persevered. The one task is none other than obtaining the skill cape of construction. I'll go into it more later, but this goal will essentially boil down to obtaining lots of GP and lots of law runes. Last episode, we started the agility grind and brought it to completion when we befriended the squirrel. We also now have all of the coal we'll need to make 1 billion GP for making and alching Runite items. Here's our beginning stats, our beginning hours and stuff, and our beginning requirement list here. In this episode, we'll work on the Runite portion of that goal. We also have a task to craft amethyst dart tips at 89 crafting, which we'll be working towards passively. So, let's see the chunk man chunkin'. So last episode, I got some feedback that I wasn't giving a whole lot of detailed context about why I'm doing things and stuff like that, which is very true. So I thought I'd change a little bit about this episode. It'll be a little bit longer and a little bit more rambly because, for one, a clip dump is not super conducive to the length of video that I want when I have so few clips to show up, so for these long grinds. So that's part of it. But also, I do put a lot of thought in this, and if I'm just narrating over a clip that happened a long time ago, it's the context of what's going on is kind of lost. So I need to get a lot of money to train construction. There's two ways to train construction in my chunk. There's either, well, I guess there's three ways if you count lamping, but you can either get bagged plants and teleport to and from your house, or you can use passive experience from forestry events, which also sounds very slow. So one's a lot of money and a lot of law runes, and one is a lot of wood cutting. The wood cutting, the forestry token experience scales with your level. So my current goal is to get a whole bunch of money and get a higher construction level so that it's more efficient to do the forestry. And then at that point we'll see, is this worth it at all, or will we just go back to making money? But so I need to make a lot of money. I need a lot of law runes, right? The law runes, there's pretty much two ways to get them. I could either get them from White Knights or from Essence Simplings. And I'm not quite sure which is better right now, but probably Knights. And then the money, I suppose I can think of two main ways to get to get a lot of money in oh geez, that's the wrong one. This one. In these two chunks. And pretty much all of it is down here. So I could mine amethyst. I think those alch for like 3k each or something like that. Or I can alch rune. I could sell the amethyst to the store, but I'd get less for it. Of course, making runite items and alching them will take longer. There's more steps involved, getting all the coal, getting the rune, and smelting it all, and smithing it all at a faraway anvil. It's time consuming as well. but I feel it feels like it'll be better. Also, part of it is that I don't think I'd have to get lots of nature runes, and I get them from White Knights passively, but not enough to alch all those amethyst. So, so I think it'll hit a nature rune bottleneck. So that's why I'm getting loads of coal and rune, and I finished the coal last episode. So just a lot of rune. And in these first few days, I found out actually that I don't think this will be horrible. I think I should finish in a couple months. I think if I can keep up the pace I started with, which is good. But a little rant about these gloves. They have made it so, context, these gloves, they let you essentially in rune ore, you can mine it once, and then if you have these gloves, you get to mine it a second time before it depletes. If someone else were to mine it before you finish your second one, then you only get the one ore from it initially, and your next ore will only give you one also. Which, like, that's okay if you're doing like coal by yourself and you switch rocks or something, but it's really frustrating here because where it's competitive, because someone could just butt in, and then not only are you out the one that you would have gotten, but your next one is also guaranteed to be at most one. So I wish they'd do something to change that, because it feels so bad when someone takes it. Also, another rant about this. If you are mining competitively here for rune ore, and there is one person that does not have these gloves, they are objectively griefing. Then everyone pretty much can only mine for as long as that one guy gets his first ore. So, like, the gloves are great if you're by yourself, but if you're competing, they don't feel good at all. So I don't know who needed that rant, but I needed to say it. So, so yeah, I'm not sure what the milestones will be to show in these kind of videos, but I suppose there's some context to our current situation. Look at that! A third pair of mole slippers on the 97th beginner. Do you kids have anything to say about that?
No, nothing.
No. What about you?
I would like to say this.
Okay. What do you have to say? What do you have to say about those slippers?
Not with this.
Okay. But what do you have to say about these slippers? Do you want to see what they look like?
Those are great slippers.
Look at those slippers.
Those look like comfy slippers,
Okay.
Dad.
What do you have to, what do you think?
They are white and silver.
White and silver. Well, maybe. Do they look like animals?
And they kind of look like a mole or something.
A mole. That would make sense. They're called mole slippers.
And they are gray.
Well, they look more brown to me, but what do you think about these bare feet?
Bear feet?
Bare feet?
Bears.
Bears. That's a good thought.
Well, they also kind of look like they have their real claws.
Right. What do you think about, did the mole slippers go better with this outfit, or the bare feet?
The bear feet. Yeah.
Alright, sorry mole slippers. Alright, thanks for the help, guys.
You're welcome, Dad.
Alright, we got lucky with the back-to-back step. Let's see what we get. I have no idea which number this is. Okay. Some willow artillery and a Klusko master, which we can most certainly do. Any of those even remotely close? I guess Rogue's Den relative is kinda... yeah, I'm just gonna drop that. Cool. Willow shortbow, willow longbow, 17. Awesome. Just missed it, but we just passed 10,000 Runite. That's, what? Not quite 1/8 of the way, but good start. Would you believe it? 10,000 unidentified minerals. That's quite a couple I don't know how it decides the GE average there, but it's going to be a lot of crafting experience from gem packs. So most of that's how I'm going to get my passive crafting experience. I've also been doing some shooting stars on the side when I need to really AFK. So, and I'm sure I'll also get some amethyst arrows also, which will get some crafting. So I'm not too worried about crafting, but kind of a cool milestone. I'm planning on keeping this stack until I've finished with all the mining. So there you go. Aha, here we go. What? This random casket is bad, but it is the 100th beginner casket. Yay! It's quite a few bad rewards. Actually, here, let's take a quick gander at the log here. That's what it looks like after 100. Really not that bad, I think. I mean, I got some duplicates. I really do want one of these. It'd be nice to have a good amulet. Well, better than bad. I want one of these because I'm going to have to kill a lot of white knights with Rune Simi coming up here. And this would just be cool, but that's where we're sitting after 100. So while I was mining a shooting star up here, I noticed it looks a little bit festive over here. So I'm going to go see what all this black and yellow is all about. 12. Maybe it's unpopular, but I do love deviled eggs, so it is what it is. Mia costume. Evil. I am a sardominist dude from Falador. We don't do that. Half jugs of wine. Okay. I have to talk to Party Pete. Ooh, a birthday cake. Do these heal anything? Let me look that up on the wiki. Oh, I'll have to tell Buzz Strutyer about that. Mr. Pete, can I see my holiday items? Oh my goodness. That is a lot of stuff. Now we're talking. Moo moo. Jagex does not know what they've done. This is going to be my whole series now. Sorry, everybody. Alright, so I just watched Verf open 87 beginners and get 1 unique. So that definitely means that this will have something. This game's a scam. That's okay, I gotta get to a bathroom immediately. There we have 40 million mining experience coming in. This is it's all adding up pretty quickly here. So it is February 27th. Just about 1 month since we started going crazy for getting Rune, and we have just very recently passed 25%. So that's a quarter of the way, so we have to do this 3 more times, easy peasy. But wanted to share that with you. I was going to share 20k, but we're pretty close to that, so I'll get that tomorrow. It's probably not worth wasting your time on that. Okay, I know that Lent is starting in like 2 days, but like, why is everyone giving up their expert mining gloves early? Nobody. Like, seriously, I've encountered like 6 or 7 people today without mining gloves, and it is just straight griefing. I'm not gonna say it's getting to me, but this is probably the most frustrating day I've had. Like, look, come on, you look nice, but where are your gloves, miss? Gloves should be required to mine Rune. Or they should, like, fix competitive mining with expert gloves, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, rant over. Thanks for listening. So, there's not a whole lot that happens in the day-to-day here, but I do want to show you a little bit of what it's like. There's a lot of familiar faces that you see frequently, so I'd like to introduce you to my friends and my enemies and colleagues, perhaps. Many of them, they just kind of, for some reason, people camp here, or they mine amethyst and then run over at the timer, so those people are only ever on one world, but let's see who we can find. Here's our first commoner, Broken Boy. I see him quite a bit. He's hiding under this guy. Oh, there he is. Very nice. Nothing special about him, but he has the gloves, so that's good. Not an enemy. This fella, Indoor Vaping, he's a guy that sits here. But he's got the gloves too, and he's always on World 420, so take that for what you will. I also see this La Rosa person quite frequently. I'd consider it a colleague. Now this old Varrock fellow, he is the first enemy I have. He's been pretty rude to me, saying things that I can't repeat for children listening. And he's always on like 416, something like that, but I always try to take his rune, make him cry. He made the goods. We used to be mortal enemies. He didn't know it, but we were. He didn't have the gloves. I know. But I talked about it to him, and then he got them eventually. And then we celebrated together, and now he's telling me that he's buying an RV on Wednesday. So I'm going to tell him exciting. I guess you could say that we're kind of friends now, so it's all come full circle. He told me about some property adventures too, but so he's one of the good guys. He can take my rune as much as he wants. Here's a trick. If you know that it's spawning soon, this one, and he doesn't, you just run away as if you're banking. Wait a bit, and then come on back. And it's your rock now, buddy. Classic. I don't really know this person, but I see him like probably once every couple weeks, so, or a couple times every couple weeks. Infrequent, but frequent enough to comment. This guy's been here recently, and he keeps showing up with more and more gear, so I think once he's decked out, he's probably gone. We're all here to hit that cash rock, am I right, money? Here we've got Royalty and this other fellow. Both very, very familiar faces around here. Got this fellow here, and he is interesting. He lives on 364, and he just sits here and sits here and sits here. And sits here and sits here. And sometimes he'll mine them when they show up. But it's an interesting strategy, but he's been here long enough you gotta kind of respect it, you know? Not sure if it's good or bad, but respect. Look at that stack. Nice clean 30,000. This doesn't happen every day. An easy casket. Let's try our luck. What should we do? How about a headbang? Okay. We picked the wrong emote. Jeez. Every once in a while, when I really need to AFK, I bring my pickaxe to the shooting star in this chunk and just sit there for a while. So we've hit 100,000 Stardust. That'll be quite a few gem packs someday. Just a reminder, I do like 70% of my mobile with audio on and headphones. And why does this have to slap so hard? Okay, so I have been doing a little bit of mining here. And when we put this in, let's see what that looks like on the spreadsheet. Let me see, I'll enter it in here. What was that number? 39066. That puts us past halfway done with all of the Runite ore that we need. It feels good. Thanks for asking. It does feel pretty good. I do have to do it again though. It's tempting to like take a break and try to, I don't know, either do some white knights or do some smithing on struts or whatnot, but I really do just want to finish this because it's kind of miserable. But yeah, I've been doing some stars to break it up. Where is that? I guess I have some of this. Yep, for the most part, just been powering on. I will say, once again, my usual rant. Jagex has to change something about these gloves. They don't work for competitive mining. You should not be allowed to click on a rune rock unless you wear these gloves. It should be looked at again, because it is just a horrible way that it works now. I am also still wearing the cursed banana. And most people think that I pooped my pants. To which I'm like, why am I wearing this? People are trying to talk to me. You know, I just wanna mine and then hop. I do kind of look like that, especially when I walk. Check this out. Wowza. Oh, also I'm hopping around all the time so I don't get random events for lamps. So this is a nice little change of pace here. While I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever showed this. So I have this like scratch tab in my spreadsheet, and I've been keeping track of a daily log of my rune ore, which I told myself I wouldn't do this because it's not really that healthy when you have a long grind and you're constantly thinking about maximizing every single day. But I found myself doing it again because it does make me more motivated. So anyway, I've been recording like how much rune ore I have after each day and how much that was per day and then how much I made in that week. And so yeah, there's a large variance. Like up here I saw 75 and then here's 1,078. So, you know, life will be life and it'll decide how much you get done. But kind of been tailing off here at the end. Well, looks like I'll have an up week this week, but so just thought I'd share that if you want to see kind of like I'm not doing nothing. Like there's no 0 days here. I'm always doing it. Just which people probably get pretty tired of seeing me here. By the way, I've been called a robot many times. Which, by the way, I'm still not a robot. I'm still like me over here, but I guess other people don't know that. They just see the guy walking with poop. Anyway. Alright, well, not a whole lot left there to show, but number go up. Feel good. Well, would you looky there? Another rock gold bet. Alright, okay. Let's see how many that is. It looks like it is number 4. Okay. Alright, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is there, and I managed to catch one. I may have gotten a couple of these while I'm hopping around. I have no idea. 40,000 Runite. Okay. It's been a second here, but I have finally gotten another casket, easy casket, and well, that too, but we all know it's gonna be garbage. So I don't know what number this is, but we're obviously hoping for the golden apron or just anything kind of cool. We'll get disappointed quickly. Alright. Mission accomplished. And now... Ooh. Alright, well, is that better looking than this? Ooh. That new, like, game, RuneScape, like, game came out or whatever. I don't know if anyone's gonna know what I'm talking about because I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I was watching Mr. Mammal play and he looked exactly like this. With a pointy hat. Anyway. I guess we'll rock it, why not? Also, just a little update. That's the first thing on this thing since it came out, so very cool. I'm not really recording all these beginners, but we just hit 110, and I'm not recording them because of what is inside the beginners. If there's something worth showing, I'll let you guys know, okay? I won't leave you guys hanging, but 110, that's a good few for just the 2 chunks I've got there. Also, just one quick topic, which will probably be resolved by the time that this is out, but they're talking about changing clue scrolls to be locked behind X marks a spot for stackable clues, removing the 1 hour timer to be back at 5 minutes, and obviously that sounds horrible for my account. They said that they originally had it to help snowflakes like me, and that just makes it awful again. So I really hope that they don't make that change. Or if they do, like, don't mark it behind X marks a spot, like, why can't they just cater to all these snowflake accounts? I don't understand. What's wrong with that? But yeah, so by now we probably know about it, what they're doing with it. Hopefully they're changing it in a good way, or leaving it alone. I like the 1 hour timer. Guess we'll just see, but that's my 2 cents. Please make the game easy for me, thank you. The very rare, easy casket coming in, and we get Saradomin Rope Top. Okay, alright, I see you. That'll go kind of okay-ish with my Armadillo Robe bottom. It'll be nice for some magic and prayer bonus, so I'm gonna be decked out when I'm ready to mage. Here is 64 crafting, which brings us to 1625 total level. That's pretty high. Just been cutting all these gems I've got passively here, so yep, we're well on our way to 89. These Runite ore, we pass 50,000 Runite ore. That's something like 64 something percent of the way done, but pretty cool. Now we have a new number at the front there, 5. So we're actually getting pretty close to 2/3, which I'm sure will probably be a clip. Actually, it might not. I have no idea. But yeah, just want to say. Also, I did want to update you. I'm now a frog slippers guy because my children updated their preferences and said that frogs are better than bears now. So now you're in the loop, just like me. Would you look at that? Another rock golem. That is, let's check the log here. Number 6. I think the last time I recorded was number 4. So, yeah, I guess we got another one in there somewhere. Alright, I just saw this on a OneChunk Man video, and I have to go check for myself. They added a trade option. And they have a nice spot here. And they didn't add secateurs. Like, now there is literally no excuse. Before, oh, we have to make a new dialogue. No, it literally just right here. Right there. Please. Please. And this number is a weird number, but actually the number doesn't mean much. I missed it. But that puts us over 75% complete. We are 3/4 of the way done with our Runite ore. That is an incredible feeling. And it's a lot of money. I've never had that much money in my life. But now I have it on here. Almost. Kind of. It's in rocks. But that means we just have to do 1/4 of what we've already done. So it's really not that bad. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share. Well, there you go. That's how you know you're getting close. It says 1.00 billion. This number changes like every day, so I think this has happened a couple times. But I thought I'd show you guys, because there it is. That's like the number of GP I'm trying to get to, but if all this stuff was actually GP. So, anyway, right now, we're at 66,344 out of like whatever it was, 78,000, which is, one sec, don't mind me, just checking my spreadsheet, 85.23%. That is, that's a lot of percents there. So we're getting pretty close to the point where we can start smelting. Looking forward to that. I'm very tired of mining Rune, in case that was not apparent. That's okay. We just keep on. Keep on keeping on. Oh look, it's Falador getting close to his goal. Huge shout out to Larry and Bob for the bond. Thanks so much. Your support goes a long ways. Quite sure what the deal is here, but there is someone here that really doesn't like me. And I would not like me either here. But I think I'm gonna get out of their hair soon, so like hopefully hopefully you can sleep easy at night. Sorry, Joey. You get him, buddy. Okay, so with this inventory, we have 77,838. So if we head on over to the spreadsheet, if it will work. Okay. And we enter that number here. Actually, it's more fun watching it go up like this. 38. Ta-da! Wait, that's 36. 38. Oh, that's why it... Okay, that's supposed to be 5. I was messing with something. Okay, there you go. 100%. We've done it. So, you'll see that here the actual GP is now over 1 billion, and that's because it's including the cash that I have, and if all of this were turned into Rune, and then Alked. So that's pretty cool. One thing, while we're here, I'll show. I've been tracking over here how many I've gotten per day, which might be interesting raw data to some people. But what's probably more interesting is the best day I had was February 19th, where I got 1,078, let's see, which is by itself 13.8 mil in one day, which is pretty good. And then my daily average, I got 528, which is about 6.8 mil per day. And my weekly average was 3,691, averaging out to 47 mil per week. So, just kind of cool there. And here's where the bank's sitting. Welcome, welcome. You're just in time to see what 11 beginners looks like. Has anyone ever witnessed it? I don't know. Alright, let's see. Alright. Okay, I can use those natures, so. Hey! Now we're talking. Zamorak, I guess we're rocking the Zamorak. Unless... no. Okay. Unless... Ooh, Law Runes. That is actually awesome. That's like 4 Law Runes is 2 Law Rune drops, which is days. No, not days, hours. I meant to say hours, everybody. Not days for 4 Law Runes. Okay. So that's awesome. I don't have a rune scimitar yet, because I can't make them. That's kind of the current flaw in my logic here. I need to, for my plan, I need to have 98 smithing so I can boost and make Runite legs. So I'm gonna have to get 98 smithing on struts. That's just the best way. But first, the only easy casket will be... Hey, I'll take it. I don't think I have a cool shield. Okay, so along the way we got lots of mining experience for, not the purpose of mining experience, but for the purpose of the rocks. And we managed to end at rank 40 for all hardcore Ironman, using our rune pick at Rune Rocks. So that's pretty cool. I'm just glad that I just barely eked out past Fuse when a Fuse is hardcore. But his other one got me beat. But I'm sandwiched in there until he sees this, if he ever does, and then he'll beat me. But for now, I'll claim number 40. And in case anyone's curious, I'm always kind of curious. My woodcutting slipped from front page to number 32. So, but I think we're gonna have a chance to make that back. So, it is 65 crafting, which might be something, but probably nothing for us. We're starting the crafting. We have quite a few gems to go through here. And this what we have right now should land us at 84, which at 85 we can do amethyst arrow tips, which is what I plan to do all the way to 89. So, yeah, ended up a little bit short. We'll have to do some, I don't know, probably some stars for a couple more gems. But yeah, so gonna go through here, and pretty soon I'll be done. So look out for that. Alright, 85 crafting. the coveted amethyst arrow tips. And that is how we plan to get the rest of the way to our last goal here of 89. So that would be about 395,000 amethyst arrow tips. I'm going to delay starting on that. Not because I don't want to do it right now. I'd be tempted to, but in the event that perhaps the forestry doesn't quite go how I want to, and it ends up being horrible and mining's much better, I'd probably bank 89 crafting again quite easily, finishing up all the mining. So I'm gonna just kind of get arrows as I need them. I have let me take a look here. I have like a little bit of amethyst just from AFKing every once in a while that I'll make into arrows now, but that's about it. So yeah, now we're gonna move back on over to smithing, just smelting them all. So and that should take about a month, something like that. It's a little hard to tell having done none, or well, very little, but yeah, about a month on that. So we'll see you back with some kind of update related to that after I get this darn impling. That level kind of snuck up on me. 92 fletching. Didn't know these gave so much experience. And 1650 total, which doesn't mean anything, but number go up always feels good. So I don't really know. I mean, I think we'll have to fletch dragon darts when we roll north, but other than that, I think we're pretty set for fletching. So here is 86 smithing coming in from smelting here. First level on the grind here, and we can now boost to get a new thing. Would you look at that? A rune mace. Finally an upgrade to my Addy mace. We are back in business, baby. This will be, well, it probably won't be helpful because I'll get the rune simi and it's just best at everything, but cool to have. I guess it's best prayer bonus, probably. Another level comes squeaking in. That's 87 smithing. We can now officially make rune maces. And we can unofficially make something else. Let's go check it out. Alright, we're back at the anvil. Drink in hand. And this time we're making one medium helmet. That's worse than our dragon med helm, but it is still something new, so I thought I'd make it. And we also can now make Runite bolts. And I believe, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I think that this is some kind of task related to range strength. And there we have it, 88 smithing. We can now make adamant plate bodies, which is probably our best. Actually, it's definitely our best. I don't know why I sounded so hesitant. But yeah, as usual, we'll go see what we can make for the rune stuff now. Alright, we've waddled our way here. We drink the dwarven stout. We go. We make one. We can now make swords. We can now make nails. Now, since we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some armor. Complete that set. Alright, so now we're looking pretty good. This rune sword, I think right now it would probably be our best in slot. For something, probably it beats out the Addy mace. But not to spoil anything, but next level will make this not as big of a deal. So stay tuned. Just a little update, less than 50,000 more to smelt, making a dent in the stack. 89 smithing! To the anvil, boys! And just like that, the rune scimitar. Followed by rune arrow tips. Awesome. The rune simi is undoubtedly going to be my best weapon forever. I can put the beautiful ornament kit on it, and we will have a field day against those white knights. Here is a paper boat randomly giving me a bond. Huge thank you, man. goes a long way. Well, actually, it goes 14 days, but 14 days adds up. So, and I don't have to get this. Thank you so much. Our Runite ore and Runite bar stacks are right about even there, so that means we are halfway done with all of our smelting. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. There we have 90 smithing. That is beautiful. We can make all the stuff that we already made and a whole bunch of stuff that we probably will never make. Well, maybe someday, but very cool. Let's go down to the basement and see what's new. Alright, we're back down here with the smashers. Let's see what we got here in Rune. We can now boost to 91, which will get us limbs, Rune longsword, and Rune javelin heads. There we go. You have them all. I will try to make these, but something tells me that you need a quest. No, you can't make them. Alright, well, now we know. Maybe that's just dragon. I don't know. But anyway, 91. There we have 91 smithing. This is all the stuff that we just made. But with a boost, we can make a little bit more. Let's go check it out. Okay, so at 92, we should be able to now make Rune full helms and Rune throwing knives. There's the helm, and there are knives on the screen, I'm told. Knives. There we go. So these are not huge upgrades. Obviously, it's impractical to use Rune knives for much of anything, just because they require one Rune bar. Rune full helms would be a great addition if I hadn't gotten a dragon medium helm from a mystery box. So it's nice to have, but I guess it's the start of the Rune armor set, which will be an upgrade for us. So good to see. Alright, we have a couple more levels to go that we'll get while smelting, but it's a good one to see. Alright, thanks Leo. I'll take this lamp and I'll rub it and get better at building. 65 construction. There you go. See, the lamps are nice. I'm finally doing an activity where I can just kind of sit for a while on a world, which means I'm actually getting lamps, which is nice. But they add up, and we need a heck of a lot more experience. Still got to get to... Oh, don't mind if I do. We got to get to 99, actually, so... It's a step in the right direction. Oh, that kind of snuck up on me. 92 smithing. I can now make all the stuff I just made last time, but... A couple more things. That's halfway to 99, which we don't need in this chunk. We just need 98 with the Dwarven Stout, but yeah, pretty cool. Alright, let's go make our stuff. Alright, so it looks like it's simple this time. We can just make the one thing, the Rune square shields. So let's make one of those fellows. Throw them on. Take a look. Oh, I can't wear a banana. But hey, I guess that's the best shield for me right now. Eventually I can get the kite shield, but not yet. This might be better for range, probably. Like a range shield, because it gives... Well, actually, maybe the fletching shields might be better, but... Alright. Here we go. New Runite item acquired. Sweet. Back to work. We have recently... wow, my thing's messed up. We finished smelting all of our Runite bars. So we took over about 700,000 coal and rune to the furnace, which took about 2 months. Of course, that's a G average. This is actually all that we would actually have right now. So we have to make them into something that's worth more to Alk. So the best thing for money per bar would be rune plate legs. But you'll see the conundrum right here. This takes 99, and we are not 99. And so that's where the next mission comes in. We need to get 99 smithing. More specifically, we need 98 plus 1 boost with our dwarven stout that we got from the pub. So we need to get 98 smithing, and the best way to do that, I mean, I could do lots of stuff here, but it would probably involve mining more coal and whatnot. Maybe I could use these, but the anvil's really far away. Same for these. Like, you'd have to have a pretty high tier bar for it to be better experience than struts. But you would get something out of it, I suppose. But I am going to be doing struts because I think it's the fastest. After a bit of stress testing, looks like I can max out at about 58k XP per hour. I will not be maintaining that, but I can get it. Somehow I missed the recording for 93, but here's 94. 93, I could now boost for Rune Warhammers. 95, here we come for Rune Battle Axe. Both are not very practical weapons, but I believe the Rune Warhammer was a strength level requirement, even though I'm max strength. But yeah, pretty cool. There we have 95 smithing. Wow. That is a big level, and actually it marks right about a little bit more than 1/3 of the way done with struts here. So let's head to the Anvil of Destiny. Alright, we have one new upgrade here. We can boost to 96 now, goodness gracious, 96 now, which will get us a Rune Chain Body. Let's go ahead and do the deed. It is done. And there you go. This is probably going to be our best body slot for quite a long time. So, let's see. Better mage attack, which is what we're all interested in right now. It's pretty similar. It's got quite a bit better crush bonus. It's just marginally better. The only thing that the Addy Plate Body's really better at is slightly better stab bonus. Back to work. I was actually prepared and I caught this 1 XP ahead of time. So, together, as a family, we will... I don't even know what. Sure. We will get 96 smithing. Check that out. Can make that, I guess, now without boosting. But with boosting, which is what we're here all about. Rune Kite Shields. Let's go ahead and pop that puppy in our inventory. Oh baby. I don't know when we're gonna get a shield better than that. Let's see. What's better? Looks like stab's better. Slash is better. Crush is better. Magic is worse. So it's just one worse magic bonus, but everything else is much better. So, sweet. That will protect us from deadly dwarves. I'll let him live. Feeling generous. Anyway, that leaves us with just 2 more levels to go. And we're over halfway in terms of experience. So, in every level, it speeds up a little bit. So, we'll be done in no time. So, see ya in no time, I guess. We just hit 250 million total experience. All in Falador. That's pretty cool. Ah yes, there we go. Just had a really tough time getting the kids down, but it all paid off now. 97 smithing. There you go, Rune Kite Shields. We've done it, boys. But obviously you can boost a level, right? Except this is perhaps the worst level because it's just Rune Claws, and you can't even make those till you've done Death to the Dorkishan. So we don't even get a fun trip over to the Anvil. It's light years away. So I'll just keep working at this. But hey, we just have like 1 more level to go, and like since I started, we're like 75% done. So pretty cool. Probably about another week or so, but making good progress. A bit of fletching after hitting the hop limit gets us 93 fletching. That's just 2 away from Dragon Darts, and that's like the only foreseeable fletching ride, so we're pretty well set. Oh yes, there it is. The very last strut for 98 smithing. Wow, so sweet. Oh, I think is that new? That it shows the icon? I'm not sure. Anyway, that is nothing once again, but we can do all this 99 stuff, so let's go get that done. Alright, here we are. Let's get straight to work, don't you say? Go. 1. Rune plate body. I believe that's a chunk task. I cannot wear it, but better than not having it. The plate skirt, if you want to be skirty, I guess. The plate legs, which will be my best in slot. It's the same as the skirt, but everybody knows that. And the 2-edged sword, which is probably like one of my best flinch weapons, I suppose. Boom. But that's not what I'm going to use it for, really. This is... before in my previous video I had said Runite plate legs was what I was going to smith, but it was pointed out to me by a loyal viewer on my stream that this is the same alch price as the legs, but it weighs significantly less. So I'll just go ahead and make a bunch of swords. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the smithing part, like the training on the struts. So we'll just be using these dwarven stouts to boost up to 99, and we will make a heck of a lot of big swords. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, but let's go do it. It only took us about 5 days of dwarven stout boosting, but here is 99 smithing. That's awesome. The best thing about this is now I can ditch the dwarven stout, and now I can make one more 2H every single trip, which is a big deal when your anvil is this far away. So that's big. Don't have to worry about smithing ever again. Yeah. Iron Sloktar coming in with another bond. Thanks, man. Very generous. This is going so fast. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. But there's 15 million smithing XP. Little AFK. 86 crafting. Just 3 away from our goal. Very nice. Maybe too much AFK. There's 50 million mining experience too. Wow, that looks clean. And here are the very last Rune 2Hs I have to make. We are done. We end at 17.6 million smithing experience, which, if you check the high scores, puts us at rank 65 for hardcores, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that is our current smithing done. We have 1 billion GP in Rune 2Hs. We just have to turn them into the gold by high-alching them. So overall, the coal took about 7 months, the Runite took about 5 months, smelting was 2 months, the struts were about a month, and then smithing was about another month. So not too bad overall, making faster time than I thought we would. This video has about 2,000 hours of progress. I don't know how much of that is lost when you're hopping all the time, which I was doing a lot of, but that's a decent bit of work here. With all of the smithing done, we're making good progress toward that construction cape. I really appreciate your patience for this episode. It took a lot of time to get to this point, and I'm glad that I have a bunch of friends to share it with. Here's what our stats, playtime, and remaining chunk tasks are looking like. Next time, we'll waddle our way back to White Knights to collect the rest of the law runes we'll need, and use the nature runes we get along the way to liquidate our Rune 2H stack. Then it's as simple as buying and using the bag plants. I hope you'll join me for the rest of the adventure. Smell ya later!